I'm gonna get into the new AD200 Pro 2. This is it right here. Obviously, it's got some things on it already that are, for example, the red cover is the #1 thing I recommend you guys getting as soon as you get an AD200 or a Flashpoint eVOLV 200, whatever you wanna. It's the same thing, it's just that one of them is sold by Adorama. So I ended up getting the eVOLV 2, which is this one right here. The reason I got the eVOLV instead of the AD200 is because Adorama did faster shipping, so I went with that. The price is the same, the unit is the same, everything is exactly the same. The only difference, correct me if I'm wrong guys, the eVOLV, which is the Flashpoint one, has a warranty with Adorama, whereas the other one doesn't. So I mean, that is good, but I wonder how much of that they actually honor, so I don't know. In any case, so I got it because I've been using the AD200 for the longest time, this one right here. And you know, it's inevitable one of these days this thing was gonna fail on me. So I decided, let me get ahead of it. Let me get a new one, and then this one, the other one becomes a backup. Let me share with you some differences on the new one. So if you're familiar with the older AD200, the older AD200 is probably my favorite unit. I've made several videos about it and I'll link them down below. Last year I said it's still the best flash in my opinion overall, and I still stand by that. Even this one, I would still say it's the best flash, the AD200, but would I recommend getting the 2 over the older one? I'll let you guys know at the end. Main differences. On the new unit, you're gonna get a color screen. So you turn it on by holding the button to turn it on, and then you rotate it. I don't like that, if I'm being honest. I hate that it's a 2-step process. I think that it could have been a lot better if it was just a button, just like it was in the older one. So again, you hold the button, and then it's gonna ask you to rotate. It's kind of annoying. I don't think that if there's a way actually guys of shutting that off where you just press the button or hold the button to turn it on, let me know. I haven't looked into it that deep, but I'm gonna look for that because that would be nicer. The screen is definitely, let me rotate it so there's no glare. The screen is definitely nicer. So you see that? It's a nice color screen. It's brighter. It's definitely an improvement over the older one. So as you guys can see here, the older one just seemed a little faint. It didn't have, even when I click the button to make it a little bit brighter, it just didn't have that same clear feel. Also, I remember going through the menu on the older one was a pain in the behind because you had to kind of scroll through a bunch of things. On this one, everything is very straightforward. It's in English, so everything is just very easy to read. So wireless, I have it on. High-speed sync is something that you would turn on and off on your remote anyway, so it's not really something that you really need to play with on this. Beep is very easy, turn it on and off. We always have it off because if we're shooting in a church, for example, we don't want to be beeping in the middle of a ceremony. So it's just very much more intuitive. I actually made a video that I posted about this one, how to shut off the beeping, because it was a little bit more, you have to scroll through a few things in order to find it. So definitely an improvement on that. I'm not gonna go over every single one of the options, every single one of the menus, but just you guys know, the menu is very, very straightforward. So this is more of an overview video. So there it is, you turn it on. It shows 1/5/12, so it can step down quite a bit. On my remote, I had the X Pro 2. I don't like the new one. I posted a video about that as well, why I didn't like that one. On the Nano, so on the Nano, you can go to 1/5/12. On the X Pro 2, which is the one that I have, unless there's an update and I haven't done it, it only went down to 1/128 when I was playing with it this weekend. But that was as low as I need. I mean, it seems to, I guess because I'm so used to this one, I didn't find the need to go any lower. So I'll report back if there's an update on the X Pro 2, or if you guys want to leave a comment and let me know if there's an update on the X Pro 2 that would allow you to go down that much. As of right now, I don't see the need for it, so I haven't, hunted that down. Another difference on this one is the modeling lamp. So as you guys can see, the modeling lamp, the head looks very different. This is the new unit. This is the old unit. Also, this rubber piece is from Magmod. This is not from the factory. This is how you would actually get the unit. So this, we have that because we use all the Magmod modifiers. But in any case, the head on this, as you can see, it does have a video light. So if you wanted to turn it on, all you have to do is hit the video light button and you go right here. One thing that I do like about this one is that you can change the power pretty easily, and it is actually pretty powerful. And then you can also change the color temperature. So you're gonna see that's tungsten. So you see it looks a little yellow. And then we're gonna go daylight. So it looks, you know, blue like daylight. So that is really nice that you can change the color temperature on this. And the modeling lamp, in my opinion, just seems to be a little bit more powerful than on the previous one, which is this one right here. And that's the modeling lamp on the old one right here. And on the old one, all you have is daylight. You can't change the white balance on the modeling lamp. And I can tell you it's not as powerful as the new one. So nice little thing. We don't really use a modeling lamp that much, so it's gonna be something that I'll probably start using a little bit more when we do night shots, so that way we can get our focus a little bit easier. So it is nice that it's more powerful because I feel like we'll be using it a little bit more because of that. Another difference is the charger that the new AD200 comes with. It's a USB-C charger. So if you're on the road, if you're on the field, it's a lot smaller, and it's also a USB charger. So it just makes things a lot easier than having to carry that big charger that was specifically made for this flash. So instead of that, all you have to do is carry the little base, and you can find a USB-C just about anywhere. I mean, even the iPhone had to go to USB-C. So other than that, as far as the battery goes, the same battery that powers the new AD200 is the same battery that charges the old AD200, which I love that they did that because it just makes it that much more usable. I think that it was very nice of them to do that because a lot of people, it makes it easier for you to migrate from the old one to the new one when you know you can use the batteries from this one on the new one. And that actually is the reason why I bought the new one, because one of the batteries was already failing on this one. So I'm like, do I just buy another battery for 50, 60 bucks, or do I just go and spend a little extra and just get a whole new unit that comes with a battery? So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up buying a new unit. This one also has a little area to dissipate heat. So that's what it says there, caution and all that. That's one concern that I did have actually, because when you put the Magmod stuff on it, it does cover that area. And I'm wondering if that's gonna be an issue. I will report back to you guys if it melts this rubber. I don't think so, because we're not blasting it like that. But as you guys can see, it clearly covers the vent area completely. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. As far as recycling time, accuracy, all that, I took it on a couple of shoots over the weekend and I didn't really have any issues. I did have some misfires, but I do think that it was because my remote had batteries that maybe were a little bit older. Once I changed it, I didn't really notice many, if any, misfires. So on the misfire front, it seemed to perform very, very well. A couple of other things that it comes with the Barebulb head. Personally, I never use it. I feel like if you're shooting in the studio, you're shooting with soft boxes, things like that, it's gonna be a lot more useful. For me, it makes me nervous to carry that around because I have a feeling with glass like that, I'm gonna break it. I think that one thing that they could have implemented is giving you like a little cup that goes over it so that way it's protected. That would make me use a little bit more. But for my uses, the Fresnel, right? That's what it's called, Fresnel head. This is the one that I use for 99.9% of the time. Another thing that they do include is, and I just took it off. Is it right here? Yeah, there it is. So another thing that it includes is the little umbrella bracket. This thing actually, I'm gonna say it's a big, big improvement from the previous ones that they've given you. And complete transparency, the ones that they've given you in the past were just terrible. They were not good. They were very plasticky. I feel like they felt like they were about to break. I'm pretty sure I've broken one before, so I never really used them. I always used the Magmod mag grip, which is these. And not just because Magmod sponsors us. No, I'm not flexing on you guys. It's literally like, you know, all the Magmod stuff we had before they sponsored us. So this stuff right here, this one is way better. And I'm not just saying that. I asked John, who was assisting over the weekend, and I said, hey, you know, how do you feel about this bracket? He's like, it's okay, but the Magmod one is definitely better. So I used it just honestly for this video so I can tell you guys whether it's a usable thing or not. Listen, if you're on a tight budget, if you're just getting started, this thing right here, it's completely fine. It's not gonna slow you down, it's not gonna mess you up, but is there an easier, better tool? Yes, the Magmod mag grip is definitely better than this one. So it's nice that they included it, it's nice that they improved on it, but for me, I'm not gonna be using this, so I don't know why I'm putting it back on, but I'm not gonna be using this because I have a better tool than this. Definitely, like again, passable, like I said, but there's better tools out there. Recycling time, plenty fast for a unit like this and the amount of power that it's giving you. One thing that I've mentioned to you guys in the past is I always do a little countdown. So if I'm shooting at full power, I'll go, hey guys, all right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, click, 1, 2, 3, click. Ready guys? 1, 2, 3. I do that for 2 reasons. 1, to give my battery a little time, my unit a little time to recycle. And 2, just to give them a heads up, hey, I'm about to shoot, don't blink. But more so than that is because I want this thing to breathe. I don't want it to be overworked and then fail on me because I'm blasting full power pops. So what's my take? What's the verdict? Do I think that if you have the AD200, should you run and upgrade to the AD200 Pro 2? Not at all. I think that the AD200 is a perfect, great unit. If you're not beating it to death like we are every single weekend, you're probably gonna get a lot more mileage out of it. If you don't have an AD200 unit, I would say just go and get the new AD200 Pro 2, because I'm sure even underneath there's probably a bunch of things that they've upgraded. So, you know, maybe it won't break as fast, it'll last a little bit longer. But if you already have an AD200, keep using it. This is not gonna change the way that you shoot. The way that we shot the wedding over the weekend, there was no difference between if we used that or if we used the AD200. So I would say the main takeaway, if your flash is about to break, if it's been used like hell, like ours, yeah, maybe get the new one. But if not, look for a good AD200 for sale, that's on sale. Sometimes they drop it down to like $250. This one is $350, $360, I think. So, you know, it's a little bit more pricey, but it's a great unit. I think they definitely improved on the screen. And the only gripe that I have with it is the 2-step operation of turning it on and then twist to unlock. This was kind of a initial review, I guess. I'll give you guys another review in the next, I don't know, couple of months once I play with it a little bit more. But let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me know if you have any comments. Let me know if you played with this new unit. And I always answer to comments, so keep it respectful. I'll make sure to get back to you guys as quickly as I can. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.